जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक, जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक, महावीर मुडमंगलदायक, जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक, जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक, महावीर मुडमंगलदायक, महावीर मुडमंगलदायक, जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक, जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक। विद्यापति वाचस्पति ज्ञानी, विद्यापति वाचस्पति ज्ञानी, नेह लुटाए शंभु भवानी, नेह लुटाए शंभु भवानी, सदाधार श्रीपति सुखदायक, जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक, जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक, महावीर मुडमंगलदायक, जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक, जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक। शूर्पकर्ण गुणनिधि गजनासा, शूर्पकर्ण गुणनिधि गजनासा, करते पूर्ण भक्त को आशा, करते पूर्ण भक्त को आशा, शिवानंदन सब सिद्धि प्रदायक, जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक, जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक, महावीर मुडमंगलदायक, जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक, जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक। लंबोदर हर प्रिय दो माता, लंबोदर हर प्रिय दो माता, महाबली कुमार के भ्राता, महाबली कुमार के भ्राता, वंदन देवकी के नायक, सर्वविद्या देवी के नायक, जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक, जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक, महावीर मुडमंगलदायक, जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक। जय गणेश जय जय गुण सागर, जय गणेश जय जय गुण सागर क्लेश हरो आदेश दया कर क्लेश हरो क्लेश करो क्लेश हरो आदेश दया कर अचल भक्ति दो विधि निर्णायक जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक महावीर मुडमंगलदायक महावीर मुडमंगलदायक जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक जय गणपति गजवदन विनायक.
My dear devotees, once again it is my distinct pleasure to extend to you a very cordial welcome to this, the sixth night of worship to the Mangal Murti of Lord Ganesh. As I mentioned last night, what has happened is unprecedented. I've been with Sri Sitaram Devotees for more than 25 years. This has never happened before. So it's not going to be the same, I'm sure. But nonetheless, we extend to you this cordial welcome on behalf of Sri Sitaram Devotees, his family, members of Swasti Vaachanam, to this sixth night of worship to Mangal Murti. It is our sincere hope that you have been benefiting from this ambience that has been created for you in worshiping this Murti, seeking that divine grace and blessings of the Lord upon yourselves. This evening, the Vyas, Sri Ravi Bharati, no stranger to us. He is of national, international acclaim. A very good friend of mine for many, many years. I won't call him a senior pundit because that'll make me more senior.
Let's not disclose our age.
Exactly. So we want you to stand as we perform first Arati.
भक्ति सहित, श्रद्धा सहित और प्रेम सहित. With love and faith and devotion we join together in Ganapati Aarati.
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा माता जाकी
पार्वती पिता महादेवा.
एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी माथे पर तिलक सोई मूस की सवारी माथा पर तिलक सोई मूस की सवारी दुखियों के दुख हरत परमानंद देवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा. चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेरा, पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेरा, लड्डुवन का भोग लगे संत करे सेवा, लड्डुवन का भोग लगे संत करे सेवा। जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। अंधन को आँख देख कोरियन को काया, अंधन को आँख देख कोरियन को काया, बांझन का पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया, बांझन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया। अंधन को आँख देत कोरियन को काया, अंधन को आँख देत कोरियन को काया, भांजन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया, भांजन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया। सुर शाम शरण आय सफल गीत सेवा, सुर शाम शरण आय सफल गीत सेवा। जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। शंभु सुतवारी, बिनन की लाज रखे शंभु सुतवारी, कामना को पुरकार जलहारी, कामना को पुरकार बिलादारी, बिनन की लाज राखे शंभुवारी। जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
बोले श्री गणेश भगवान की। अपने आसन पर बैठ जाइए, प्लीज बी सीटेड।
जय जय गणपति जय श्री गणेश, जय जय गणपति जय श्री गणेश। सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश, सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश। जय जय गणपति जय श्री गणेश, जय जय गणपति जय श्री गणेश। सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश,
सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश,
सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश,
सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश।
जय जय गणपति जय जय गणेश,
जय जय गणपति जय जय गणेश।
तुम्हारी, देव धनुज सब तुमसे हारी, पूजा हो तो प्रथम तुम्हारी, देव धनुज सब तुमसे हारी, जयति गजानन जय करुणे, जयति गजानन जय करुणे, जय जय मंगल मूर्ति गणेश, जय जय मंगल मूर्ति गणेश, सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश,
सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश,
सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश,
सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश,
जय जय गणपति जय श्री गणेश,
जय जय गणपति जय श्री गणेश।
लाभ और शुभ के तुम दाता, तुम हो विद्या बुद्धि विधाता, लाभ और शुभ के तुम दाता, तुम हो विद्या बुद्धि विधाता, निर्मल बुद्धि करो अखिलेश, निर्मल बुद्धि करो अखिलेश, जय जय मंगल मूर्ति गणेश, जय जय मंगल मूर्ति गणेश, सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश,
सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश,
सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश,
सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश,
जय जय गणपति जय जय गणेश,
जय जय गणपति जय जय गणेश,
जय जय गणपति जय जय गणेश,
जय जय गणपति जय जय गणेश।
रिद्धि सिद्धि के तुम हो स्वामी, देव नमामि नमामि नमामि, रिद्धि सिद्धि के तुम हो स्वामी, देव नमामि नमामि नमामि, सबके विघ्न हरो विघ्नेश, सबके विघ्न हरो विघ्नेश, जय जय मंगल मूर्ति गणेश, जय जय मंगल मूर्ति गणेश, सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश,
सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश,
सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश,
सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश,
जय जय गणपति जय जय गणेश,
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 सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश,
सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश,
सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश,
सिद्धि विनायक जय करुणेश,
जय जय गणपति जय जय गणेश,
जय जय गणपति जय जय गणेश,
जय जय गणपति जय जय गणेश,
जय जय गणपति जय जय गणेश।
जय जय गणपति जय जय गणेश,
जय जय गणपति जय जय गणेश, जय जय गणपति जय जय गणेश। बोले श्री गणेश भगवान की। सबसे पहले वैदिक मंत्राः पुरुष सूक्तम, the recitation of the Purusha Suktam, the mere ability to listen to the pronunciation and the recitation of the Vedic mantra helps to create an atmosphere to prepare our minds for our pravachan this evening. It helps to create a sense of inner equilibrium. It helps the individual to gain a greater state of inner peace. Om Tachayyoravrinemahe Dhatum Yajnaya Dhatum Yajnapataye Daivi Swastirastunah Swastirmanushebhyah Urdhvam Jagatu Bheshajam Shanno Astu Dvipade Sham Chatushpade Om Shanti 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 Om Sahasrashirsha Purusha Sahasrakshas Sahasrapat Sabhumim Vishwato Vritva Atyatishta Dashangulam Purusha Evedagam Sarvam Yad Bhutam Yadcha Bhavyam Utamritatvaseshanah Yadannena Tirohati Etavanasya Mahima Atujaya Kashya Purushah Padosya Vishwa Bhutani Tripadasya Divi Tripadurdva Uday Purushah Padosyeha Bhavat Punah Tato Vishwam Jakramat Sashananashane Abhi Tasmaad Virad Jayata Virajo Adhipurushah Sajato Atyarichyata Paschad Bhumi Madho Purah Yat Purushena Avisha Deva Yajnyamatata Vasanto Asya Sidajam Grishma Idvasharad Bhavihi Saptasyasan Paridhayah Trisaptas Samidhakritah Deva Yajnyam Tanvanah Abadnan Purusham Pashum Tam Yajnyam Barhishik Pravkan Purusham Jatamagratah Tena Deva Ayajanta Sadhya Rishayaschaye Tasmad Yajnat Sarvahutah Samphritam Prashadajam Pashugastagaschakreva Yavyana Aranyan Ramyaschaye Tasmad Yajnat Sarvahutah Richasamani Jagnire Chandagamsi Jagnire Tasmad
Yajustasmad Ajayata
Tasmadashva Ajayanta Yekecho Bhayadatah Gavo Hajagnire Tasmad Tasmad Jata Ajavayah Yat Purusham Vyadaduhu Katidhavya Kalpayan Mukham Kemasya Kaubahu Kavuru Padavutchete Brahmanosya Mukhamasit Bahurajanyakritah Uru Tadasya Yadvaishah Padvyagam Sudro Ajayata Chandrama Manaso Jatah Chakshu Suryo Ajayata Mukhadindraschagnischa Pranad Vayurajayata Nabhya Asit Antariksham Shirshnodyau Samavartata Padhyam Bhumirdisha Shrotraat Tatha Lokagam Akalpayan Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasastu Pare Sarvani Rupani Vichitya Dhirah Namani Kritva Bhivadanyadaste Dhata Purastadyamuda Jahara Shakra Pravidvan Pradishaschatasrah Tamevam Vidvan Amrita Iha Bhavati Nanya Pantha Ayanaya Vidyate Yajnena Yajnamaya Janta Devah Tani Dharmani Prathamanyasan Tehanakam Mahimanasya Chante Yatra Purve Sadhya Santi Devah Adhyasam Dhuta Prithivyairasacha Vishwakarmana Samavartatadhi Tasya Tvashta Vidadad Rupameti Tat Purushasya Vishwamajanamagre Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasah Parastat Tamevam Vidvanamrita Iha Bhavati Nanya Pantha Vidyate Yanaya Prajapatistarati Garbhe Antah Ajayamano Bahuda Vijayate Tasya Dhira Parijananti Yonim Marichinam Padamichanti Vedasah Yo Devebhya Atapati Yo Devanam Purohitah Purvo Yo Devebhyo Jatah Namo Ruchaya Brahmaye Rucham Brahmam Janayantah Deva Agre Tadabruvan Yas Praivam Ram Hano Vidyat तस्य देवा असन्वशे ह्रीश्चते लक्ष्मीश्च पत्न्यौ अहोरात्रे पार्श्वे नक्षत्राणि रूपम् अश्विनौ व्यात्तम् इष्टं मनीषाण अमुं मनीषाण सर्वं मनीषाण ओम शांति शांति शांति। प्रिय सज्जनों, मैं आप सभी लोगों को प्रणाम करता हूं और आप सभी लोगों को हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं। My humble prostrations to each and everyone and a warm welcome to each and everyone this evening. With this situation at hand, Panditji, I only got a call at midnight last night. And when the call of duty comes, you cannot say no. And with this, I would like to express my gratitude to the entire family, to Mama, and to all the family members, and to Panditji. And I won't wish Panditji a speedy recovery. When someone is sick, what do you send in the card? A get well card. Get well soon, right? I don't ever wish Panditji to get well soon. Why? I want him to get well now. That's the difference. See, many of us write, get well soon. Let's all join together as we send the vibration of the positive energy towards the recovery process. And we're going to chant Om Shri Gam Ganapataye Namaha 21 times. Let's all close our eyes and focus in the mind, the form of Bhagwan Shri Ganesha. Om Shri Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Let us join together in glorifying Bhagwan Shri Ganesha. गजानना जय गणनायक मंगल मूर्ति गणनायक गजानना जय गणनायक मंगल मूर्ति गणनायक
गजानना जय गणनायक गणनायक मंगलमूर्ति गणनायक
गजानना जय गणनायक मंगलमूर्ति गणनायक
गजानना है गणनायक मंगलमूर्ति गणनायक
सिद्धि विनायक गणराजा मंगलमूर्ति गणराजा
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 गजानना जय गणनायक मंगलमूर्ति गणनायक
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 हर सुख करता गजानना हर दुख हरता गजानना
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 गजानना जय गणनायक मंगलमूर्ति गणनायक
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 पार्वती पुत्र गजानना शंकर पुत्र गजानना
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 गजानना जय गणनायक मंगलमूर्ति गणनायक
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 गणपति बप्पा मोरया गणपति बप्पा मोरया
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 गणपति बप्पा मोरया
गणपति बप्पा मोरया गणपति बप्पा मोरया
गणपति बप्पा मोरया
I want you to put your hands together. I want to hear your voices. गणपति बप्पा मोरया गणपति बप्पा मोरया
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 गणपति बप्पा मोरया
गणपति बप्पा मोरया
गणपति बप्पा मोरया गणपति बप्पा मोरया
गणपति बप्पा मोरया
गणपति बप्पा मोरया गणपति बप्पा मोरया
गणपति बप्पा मोरया गणपति बप्पा मोरया
गणपति बप्पा मोरया Ganpati Bappa Moria, 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 Ganpati Bappa Moria. बोलिए श्री गणेश भगवान की. विशेषेण नायक इति vinayaka. The most proficient leader. Hence the name he is given Vinayaka. Ni Nayati, the one who leads. Nayaka, a leader. But Visheshena Nayaka, iti Vinayaka, that individual who has the ability to lead in such a manner that cannot be compared with anyone else. One may ask the question, who is the leader? Every individual in life is a leader. For every child in the home, the mother or the father happens to be the greatest inspiration as a leader to a child. Whatever my mother or my father do, it can never be wrong. Because in the eyes of children, the parents are their greatest source of inspiration. And in the eyes of the children, if the parents are the greatest source of inspiration, they can never do wrong. I ask myself, as a parent, am I living up to the ideals of a leader to my children? Being a parent is the most difficult task in this universe. 24/7. No sick leave. No holidays. No payment. There's a vacancy of that job. Anybody wants it? No sick leave. No holidays. No payment. 24/7. For about 75 years. That's the life of a parent. Parvati Maya and Bhagwan Shiva, together with their offspring Ganapati Ji. One may ask, what are the characteristics of a leader? So we are looking at Ganapati Ji as the ideal leader, one, because he's called Vinayaka, the most proficient leader. What are the characteristics of a leader in your own? We start at the level of our own homes. So my mother and my father, they are the greatest leaders in my eyes. In the eyes of every parent, every child, their parent is the greatest source of inspiration as a leader. But what are the characteristics of a leader? A leader is that individual who listens to the scenarios of life. And that leader is willing to learn and adjust and make changes. A leader is never too high to come down to the level of a child and give a listening ear. Not because I am the parent, whatever I say is correct. We need to give a listening ear to a child. We are living in this level, at this level. The child is living at this level. I have to come down to the level of the child and live in the child's world to understand what the child is going through, so I can adjust and make changes for the betterment of the child and the home and the environment. If a child tells you something, tell the parents something. As parents, we dismiss it. Why? The child is too young. They don't know what they are saying. Never ignore statements of your children. Parvati Maya is willing to sacrifice her life for her child Ganapati Ji, even at the cost of even threatening Bhagwan Shiva for what he has done when he took the Trishul. never allow the Shakti in the home to become angry, to lose the equilibrium. So it's a message to all men in the audience, all fathers, all husbands, all brothers, all sons, grandsons. Learn the art of how to make the Shakti in the home comfortable. Allow them to enjoy the environment called the home, because the home is the center of the universe. A leader is that individual who gives up his own happiness, his or her own happiness, for the sake of others. हूँ बहुत नादान करता हूँ ये नादानी, बेच कर खुशियाँ खरीदूं आँख का पानी. That leader, that mother, that father is willing to sell their happiness to buy your sorrows as a child. बेच कर खुशियाँ खरीदूं आँख का पानी. This is what a leader does. A mother, a father, to ensure the child is comfortable. The child is brought up in the most conducive environment. When you and I, this is why in Sanatan Dharma, when we are performing the Vivaha Samskar, why is it the Dulhan takes the lead in Agni Pradakshina the first 4 times? And we give the men only 3 times to lead in front. All because Sanatan Dharma, we are willing to give the mothers, the daughters, the wives, the sisters, the opportunity to become leaders in society. Because the father is never home all the time. Some decisions have to be made without the presence, because sometimes you go to work and you're offshore. And sometimes you can't get good reception. And something comes up in the home, and if the mother is trained to become a leader, she can make decisions on the spur of the moment and have no regrets. This is why we teach our sisters, our daughters, our mothers, our wives to become leaders in a society. When you and I, as parents, are the greatest source of inspiration to our children, we have to live such a life. One action may even destroy the life of the child. One action that may be negative. So as a leader, even though you're offering your services free to the world, even as a leader, one mistake or one action that may seem or be perceived in a negative manner in a society, they can destroy you. It is the most difficult task in the universe of being a parent, the greatest leader in society. Because the child is molded, the child is shaped like Parvati Maya. She took all the Mahila and she molded it. She shaped the life of Ganapati Ji. She shaped the mind of Ganapati Ji. And this is the duty of mothers, to ensure that your child gains the most beautiful environment, the most conducive environment, and also the right samskaras. So when you are preparing for family life, the 16 samskaras in Sanatan Dharma. The first one is Garbhadhan, the laying of the fetus, meaning before conception, both the mother and father-to-be, they are preparing themselves physically, mentally, intellectually, and spiritually for an offspring. And during the 9 months of pregnancy, all the values, the samskaras are performed, the pujan are performed, the havanam is performed. So the child is exposed to what? All the mantras. It is a responsibility, a duty of both parents during pregnancy to recite the Gayatri Mantram 9 times in the morning and 9 times in the evening, every single day for 9 months for your child who is still within the womb. That is the role of a leader, to ensure that the world is secured tomorrow by taking care of activities today. I am instilling into my child, you are instilling into your child, you are inscribing the name of Shri Ganapati Ji. Om Shri Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Shri Gam Ganapataye Namaha. You are inscribing, you are instilling on that blank slate of the mind of the child the name of Shri Ganapati Ji. The child will become an asset and not a liability to a nation. And a leader is that individual who prepares to hand over successive planning, prepares to hand over tomorrow, because I have trained my children. I have faith in my children, like Raja Dasharath. He knew fully well Bhagwan Ram was capable, was confident and competent to become the next crowned Yuvraj to run the state. Why? He was trained by the great ones. And if the father has the full faith and confidence in the child, he gives the child the opportunity to become the leader tomorrow. Which leader in the world today is willing to hand over the reins of power? All because we have not prepared successive planning. So, Ganapati Ji, the ideal in the eyes of the mother and father. I'm not going to the story of how Ganapati Ji came into existence by Parvati Maya and Bhagwan Shiva came and removed his hair and all these things. I'm not going to that story. The whole idea, a child in our home is Bhagwan. You and I have the ability, the responsibility to take care of Bhagwan and bring that child into the best environment, the best opportunities that life can offer. And by instilling the right sanskaras, the world will benefit by my input and your input and by the presence of that child in the universe. 2 days ago, I met a girl, probably about 17, 18, and she's complaining. And she said, the universe is conspiring against me. Think of that statement. The universe is conspiring against me. If the universe brought you into existence, how can the universe conspire against you? The universe provides everything for your survival, for your existence, for your sustenance. How can the universe conspire against you? It is because whatever I desire, whatever I want, whatever I crave for, whatever I plan for is not falling according to my plans. The plan of the universe is different for you. You should not plan 100% for your life. I'm not saying don't plan. You should not plan 100% for your life because nature has a different plan for you. Accept it, embrace it, and adjust. You also have some plans also. But if that is not in your well-being, not for your benefit, the universe will never give it to you. The universe will never give it to you. It's like this. A couple I knew for a very long period of time. And they recently got married at that time, probably 35, 40 years ago. And it so happened they couldn't have offspring at that moment. And they are both forcing the universe, understand the statement very carefully, they are both forcing the universe to give them an offspring. If an offspring is not meant to be your lot, don't force the universe to give you an offspring. What is not meant for you will never be for you. What is meant for you, nothing or no one can take it away from you. And this couple kept on praying, going to all medical doctors and all these things, until finally she conceived. Beautiful young baby girl. But 2 months after, the mother died of cancer. she never get to enjoy what she forced the universe to give to her. Today she's a medical doctor now. But the whole idea, you and I are forcing the universe to give you something which is not beneficial for you and I. And a leader is that individual who will guide an individual, who will guide a family, who will guide a community, who will guide a nation, which will bring about the best result, not for you alone, but for the majority of individuals. A leader will sacrifice his or her happiness for the sake of others. A king like Raja Ram, Prabhu Ramchandra ji, he gave up his own happiness to spend quality time with Sita Devi and sent her into the forest in the ashrama of the Guru to avoid scandal and sarcastic statements of society. He gave up his own happiness. हूँ बहुत नादान करता हूँ ये नादानी बेच कर खुशियाँ खरीदूं आँख का पानी. If by selling my happiness to buy your tears, if the world considers it a crime, I will commit the crime every time. That's to make the lives of others a little more comfortable, to take away, to alleviate their pains and sufferings. If the world considers that to be a crime, I'm guilty of it, but I'm willing to do it all over again. And a mother and a father has proven that millions of times in the lives of their children. They are willing to sacrifice their life for their children. And that is what a leader is all about. Never to hide when scenarios confront us. There are many individuals who call themselves the leaders, but they are never active in a society. Bhagwan Ganapati ji is that ideal leader who is willing to listen. Am I willing to listen to my children? One day my granddaughter said to me, Nana, you are living in a bubble. I said, what do you mean? She said to me, you are living in your own world of only satsang and puja. I said, tell me what world you are living in. Nana, I'm living in the biggest bubble, the entire universe. Everything is possible, infinite possibilities. A child only 4 years old. Give your child a listening ear. I've always said it. My greatest teachers are my children. Because I don't know how to operate all these things, you know. My grandchildren have to teach me. How many of us are guilty of that? Raise your hands. Yeah, your grandchildren are your teachers, your children are your teachers, and yet you scold them. How ungrateful as parents are we towards our teachers, our children. Think about it. A leader is that individual who is ever willing to learn, like Shabari Maiya, in the presence of Bhagwan Ramchandra ji. In the presence of Bhagwan Ramchandra ji, even though Shabari Maiya was one of the most intellectual women of Sanatana Dharma, because she listened to every pravachan, every discourse. She was privy to every single pujan. She was privy to every single ritual, any ceremony that was performed in the ashram of Matanga Rishi. And being that she was privy to every pravachan, she knew all the shastras. But in the presence of Prabhu Ramchandra ji, what did she do? Adham te adham, adham ati nari, tinha mahamay mati mand aghari. Lower than the lowest, that I am. Worse again, I am a woman. She, with all humility, in the presence of Prabhu Ramchandra ji, she says to Prabhu Ramchandra ji, I am the lowest of the low. Worse again, I am a woman. I'm a woman. And Bhagwan Ramchandra ji said to her, Kaha Raghupati sunu bhamini bata, manav ek bhagati karna tha. There is only one thing I come to appreciate, your bhakti, your devotion. No jati, no pati, no kula, no dharma, One thing is most important to me, Bhagwan Ram says to Shabri Maiya, your devotion. Bhagwan Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yume bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktivritam ashnami pretatmanah. Patram, one leaf. Pushpam, one flower. Phalam, one fruit. Toyam, one drop of water. That is sufficient. It must be accompanied with bhakti sahita, with devotion. Ashnami, I come to partake of the offerings made with love and devotion from the heart of a devotee. Vidura and Duryodhana both invited Bhagwan Krishna for lunch. Duryodhana, the prince, the king, he had all luxurious, dishes, lavish dishes prepared. He invited Bhagwan Krishna for lunch. Bhagwan visited him and he told Bhagwan Krishna, I have prepared all these dishes. He could not even cook boiled water to make tea. The cooks made all the dishes. But he's taken what? The credit for it. And the manner in which he offered Bhagwan Krishna the sumptuous, delicious meal for lunch, Bhagwan Krishna refused to accept it. There was no bhakti. He went to the home of Vidura. With all devotion, he himself prepared dal or bhat or bhaji. Sabse unchi prem sagai, sabse unchi prem sagai. The greatest is the love, the devotion in the heart of a devotee. When you and I, as leaders, have love in our heart for our nation, for our family, for our community, when you have that kind of love, nation first, not self first. Just like parents, my children first, not me. I prefer to go without a meal, but I prefer to feed my child that meal I am supposed to get. I will not starve my child. I prefer starve. I can do without a meal. Why? I'm doing vrata, fasting. No salt, no onion, no garlic, no this, no that. A child cannot bear hunger for long. But as a human being, as a mother and father, you can go 1 day, 2 days, 3 days without meals, but not your child. That is what a true leader is all about. Ensuring that the children of the nation are fed worldly science or secular science, secular knowledge, as well as sacred knowledge. A balance between both. Bhagwan Ramchandraji and all the other brothers, when they went to the Gurukulam, what happened? They were well brought up and a well-balanced life. Physical activities in the playfield. They studied the science of warfare. They studied the sciences of survival. It was never at the cost of spirituality. Hence, you and I as mothers and fathers, and this is a very important statement, that is, ensure that your children have a well-rounded education, not devoid of spiritual balance. Secular knowledge, sacred knowledge. They are the pair of wings of a bird. We in the world, we want the material education, the secular science to have the child to have all these qualifications, have no spiritual values. You may have all these MBBS, PhD, LLB, you just name it. But you have no spiritual balance, no PhD, no peace, no harmony, no devotion. You may have all this fantastic job, high salary, a palace, a fleet of cars, but you have no inner peace, no harmony, no devotion. A pair of wings, when well balanced, can take off in a beautiful flight and a beautiful landing. But you and I have clipped the wings of spirituality like you have clipped the wings of the parrot in the home. Poor fellow cannot fly. You and I as parents, a child to survive in this world must have a balance between material and spiritual, sacred and secular. Only then can we measure success. Success is not measured by material accomplishments. It's not measured by material accomplishments. Many individuals in life, having all the material accomplishments, we are still saddened at heart. And there are many individuals who complain and grieve and continuously cry about everything, but learn the art of how to be contented with what I have. कोई रोते हैं, कोई गाते हैं, कोई हंसते हैं, कोई शिकायत करते हैं. There are those who complain. There are those who glorify the divine. There are those who question the divine. There are those who ridicule the divine. कैसा तेरा संसार हे मालिक? What kind of world that we are living in? कोई रोए, कोई गाए, कैसा तेरा संसार है मालिक, कैसा तेरा संसार. कोई रोए, कोई गाए, कैसा तेरा संसार है मालिक, कैसा तेरा संसार. कोई समझ नहीं पाए तेरा कारोबार है मालिक, कैसा तेरा संसार. कोई रोए, कोई गाए, कैसा तेरा संसार है मालिक, कैसा तेरा संसार. उजड़ जाए जब रैन बसेरा, पंछी सिर रोए. उजड़ जाए जब रैन बसेरा, पंछी सिर रोए. कोई न जाने दर्द किसी का, सब मतलब में खोए. अंबर नीर बहाए, अरबी करे पुकार है मालिक, कैसा तेरा संसार. के संग तूने रात बनाई, फूलों के संग काटे. दिन के संग तूने रात बनाई, फूलों के संग काटे. पत्थर जहां मुस्काए, रोए वही बहार है मालिक, कैसा तेरा संसार। कोई रोए कोई गाए, कैसा तेरा संसार है मालिक, कैसा तेरा संसार है मालिक, कैसा तेरा संसार, कैसा तेरा संसार है मालिक। Even though I have all the material wealth in the world, but I have no inner peace. कैसा तेरा संसार, how strange is this world. दिन के संग तूने रात बनाई, together with the day you have made a night. फूलों के संग कांटे, together with the flowers the thorns have been made. The pairs of opposites. They are those who glorify the divine. They are those who blaspheme the divine. What kind of world we are living in? A leader never complains, a leader finds solutions. Ask the mother in the home. When Bhagwan Krishna asked his mother, Yashoda Maya, Ma, ek baat पूछूं? Can I ask you something? हाँ बेटा पूछ लो. Ask whatever you want. Ma, Radha क्यों गोरी और मैं क्यों काला? How is that Radha is so fair and I am so not dark? Why is it I am so black? यशोमती मैया से बोले नंदलाला, राधा क्यों गोरी मैं क्यों काला? How is it Radha Maya is so fair and I am so dark in complexion? Now, as a mother, a child asks that question. What will be your response? So she has to make some bahana, some excuse. Beta, you were born midnight. The truth, no? She spoke the truth. You were born midnight. It is also Krishna Paksha, dark fortnight. इसीलिए तो काला बन गए. And he enjoyed what his mother said. And then he asked again, why is it? And mother has to make another excuse again. You and I, we are here in this universe. Don't complain about anything. Embrace this opportunity. I am here. What am I going to do with this life given to me? How can I make life the most beautiful existence in the universe? Never complain. Or if you want to complain about everything. And that is, you complain in life. Don't complain, but complain in life. Bhagwan Ganesha did not complain about anything. The misunderstanding between father and son, they can't see eye to eye. You know, that communication gap between parents and children. What do we as parents say? This present generation, they don't know anything. See, parents are very interesting. Think of this statement. The present generation, they don't know anything. Where have these children come from? The parents. And if the child does not know anything, it tells me about the father's personality or the mother's personality. You saying the child does not know anything, the child can only come from a stock that does not know anything. The parents. Ganapati ji never complained. Of course, there is a language barrier, there is an age gap between parents and children, there is a communication scenario. Bhagwan Shiva did not, as the ideal leader, and I want parents to understand this. Bhagwan Shiva, as the ideal leader, when he came home, Ganapati ji was the Dwarpal, the one who's protecting the doorway. No one is allowed to enter. My mother has given me the firm authority. Don't let anyone, kisi ko aane na dena, jab tak adesh na mila. Do not allow anyone to enter without my consent. He listened to the words of his mother and he performed his duty. Bhagwan Shiva came and did not introduce himself. An ideal leader will first inquire, who are you? Because he said to Bhagwan Shiva, my mother instructed me, don't allow anyone to enter without her permission. Did he ask Bhagwan Ganesh ji, who is your mother? See, communication between father and son. How many parents as fathers? Let me see. How many fathers have a problem communicating with your son? Raise your hands. Some of you are scared to raise your hands. Right. How many of you as mothers have communication issues with your daughters? Raise your hands. Yes. We all have it, but we won't admit it. Because I'm elder than a child, I think I am right. No. There's not a matter of being right and wrong here. You are being the ideal leader. And you have to set the example. You have to set the example as a parent. And only then, when you set the example as a parent, I, the child, follow in the footsteps of my parents. You see 10 ducklings following the mother duck. Whichever direction the mother goes, the duckling follows. Similarly, with children in a society, whichever footstep, whichever direction parents walk, the children follow. Chapter 3, verse 21 of the Gita. Yadyadacharati shreshtaha tattadeve tarojanah sayat pramanam kurute lokastad anuvartate. Yadyad acharati shreshtaha. Whatever is the behavioral patterns of the leaders. I'm giving you scriptural injunctions. Yadyad acharati shreshtaha. Whatever is the behavioral patterns, whatever standards are set by the leaders. Shreshtaha here means the leaders. Yad acharati, whatever is their behavioral pattern, their conduct. Tat itaraha janaha, society follows. The leaders set the example. If the leaders set the wrong example, the society follows. If the leaders set the right example, the nation is taken from this level to that level. Why? Because the leader makes the sacrifices and sets the standards so that the society becomes enlightened and empowered. A true teacher does not withhold information from a student. A true teacher teaches everything he or she knows to a student. And that's the call of the Vedas. Allowing the present generation to surpass the accomplishments and the achievements of the previous one. Tamba etam ahu atipita batabhu atipita maho batabhu. This is the call of our Shastras. Allow the present generation to surpass the accomplishments and achievements of the previous generations of our fathers and forefathers. Chapter 6, verse 5. Uddharedatmanatmanam Bhagavad Gita. Natmanam avasadayet. Uplift yourself, O man. Never degrade yourself, nor remain static. Always evolve. Uddharedatmanatmanam natmanam avasadayet. Atmai bhahyatmano bandhuhu. Atmai varipuratmanah. Your mind, if it uplifts you, is your greatest friend. If your mind pulls you down, the mind is your worst enemy. You have it within your hands, the power within you to uplift yourself or degrade yourself. Sanatana Dharma does not call for us to fall down. The call of the Gita, the call of the Upanishads is to rise. Utishtata jagrata prapya varanya bodhata. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is accomplished. So you have to have goals in life. Plan for certain things. If that plan does not work, don't make it a problem. Plan more. Not every plan that I have planned out worked out in a successful manner. No. It gives me the opportunity that success is not the best approach in every scenario. Failure is the greatest stepping stone to success. As a leader, I will fall. As a leader, I will learn the art of how to rise again and journey the pathway of life. Never give up in life. Why? We are born to success, to become successful. We are born to succeed, not to fail. And failure is nothing bad. It's only a lesson to learn to move on again in life. So Ganapati ji, this is why Tulsidas ji glorifies Ganesh Bhagwan ji. By glorifying Ganapati ji, nothing happens to Bhagwan Ganesh ji. It happens within me. Sukha Karta, the one who bestows or creates happiness. Dukha Harta, the one who removes, who takes away all the dukha. Nire gare gare sa, pama gare gare, nire gare, nire sa. गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन,
गाइए गणपति जगवंदन।
शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन,
शंकर सुवन भवानी,
शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन,
शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन।
गाइए गणपति जगवंदन,
गाइए गणपति जगवंदन,
गाइए गणपति जगवंदन,
गाइए गणपति जगवंदन।
शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन,
शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन,
गाइए गणपति जगवंदन,
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 गाइए गणपति जगवंदन।
सिद्धि सदन गजवदन विनायक,
सिद्धि सदन गजवदन विनायक,
सिद्धि सदन गजवदन विनायक,
सिद्धि सदन गजवदन विनायक,
कृपा सिंधु सुंदर सबलायक,
कृपा सिंधु सुंदर सबलायक,
शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन,
शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन,
गाइए गणपति जगवंदन,
गाइए गणपति जगवंदन।
मोदक प्रिय मुद मंगल दाता,
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 विद्यावारिधि बुद्धि विधाता,
विद्यावारिधि बुद्धि विधाता,
शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन,
शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन,
गाइए गणपति जगवंदन,
गाइए
मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोरे,
मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोड़े,
मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोरे,
मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोड़े।
बस ही राम सिय मानस मोरे,
बस हो राम सिया मानस मोड़े।
शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन,
शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन,
गाइए गणपति जगवंदन,
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 गाइए गणपति जगवंदन।
बोलिए श्री गणेश भगवान की। Having seen the ideal leader, what changes am I going to adjust to? What changes am I going to embrace to adjust to become the ideal leader in the eyes of my children? What can I do to make a difference in my life? How can I become the most effective parent? I've always said that my children are my greatest teachers. Why? They teach me a lot of things. I learn a lot of things from my children. But I don't give them the credit for it because of the ego within me. And this removal of the head with the Trishul by Bhagwan Shiva is not the removal of the life of Ganapati ji, but is the ego within man. And because when he returned home and he did not know he had a son in the home, Parvati Maya never informed him, communication problem again. What did he do? He removed the ego from Ganapati ji and reconsecrated Nava Janama Dilaya. शीश ले आए प्रभु गज सुत का, बालक को नव जन्म दिलाया, उस दिन से बन गए गजानन. From that day onwards, he is called Gajanana, the one whose head or face is that of an elephant. Because Bhagwan Shiva wanted to be part of the life of Ganapati ji, and he reconsecrated Prana Pratishtha, the life force, into Ganapati, so that both Parvati Maya and Bhagwan Shiva can now call Ganapati ji their son, not Parvati's son. The removal of the ego and the replacement of the father figure in the home, the protective force, the security force in the home. When a child has a father in the home, the child feels a great sense of what? Security. But when there is no father in the home, like many scenarios today, single parent. So the removal of the head of Ganapati ji is the removal of the ego, not the physical head, but the ego within man. Because I'm so filled with ego, I'm egocentric, I do not give my children credit for teaching me things. That's our ego at play. Learn the art of how to be ego-less. This is why when we come for Ganapati Pujan, we walk with our coconuts. We have to remove the husk first. If I ask you for a coconut, what would you do? You go and bring the coconut with the husk. Then I tell you, I want a coconut. What do? You remove the husk. Then I tell you, I want a coconut. You crack the hard shell. Only when you crack the hard shell, what do you get inside? the purity of the inner personality, which is white by nature, the coconut, the jelly, purity. That is the state of an egoless person. No egocentric scenarios. Purity. Surrendering the ego at the altar of divinity. So when you come with your coconut and you are cracking the coconut, of course the ego is very difficult to crack. Hence the shell is so very hard to crack. Hence you use something very strong. And a cutlass, a hatchet, an axe, whatever it is you want to use to crack the coconut. To crack the ego from within. When the ego is surrendered, the true personality of mankind is revealed. Let's join together in this beautiful kirtan, and I want to hear your voices. So I'm going to ask my boys not to use the microphone to sing, and I want to compliment really Narendra, Rishi, and Ravi on musical accompaniment. Let's join together. I want to hear your voices. Moria, Moria, Ganapati Bappa Moria. Okay, stop. Take off my mic. I alone. And the last person can hear my voice, right? And you are few, about 100 people, more than 100. Your voice should be more 100 times more than mine. So let me hear it. Moria. No, take off my mic. Moria, Ganapati Bappa Moria. Moria, Moria, Ganapati Bappa Moria. Ganapati Bappa Moria, Mangal Murti Moria. Ganapati Bappa Moria, Mangal Murti Moria. Moria, Moria, Siddhi Vinayak Moria. Moria, Moria, Siddhi Vinayak Moria.
Moria, Siddhi Vinayak Moria.
Ganapati Bappa 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 Moria, Siddhi Vinayak Moria.
Moria, Moria, Ganapati Bappa Moria.
Moria, Moria, Siddhi Vinayak Moria.
Moria, Moria, Ganapati Bappa Moria.
Moria, Moria, Siddhi Vinayak Moria.
Ganapati Bappa Moria, Gauri Nandan 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 Moria.
Moria, Moria, Ganapati Bappa 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 Moria.
Ganapati Bappa Moria, Ashtavinayak 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 Moria.
Moria, Moria, Ganapati Bappa 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 Moria.
Moria, Moria, Mangal Murti Moria.
Moria, Moria, Mangal Murti Moria.
Moria, Moria, Siddhi Vinayak Moria.
Moria, Moria, Siddhi Vinayak Moria.
Moria, Moria, Ganapati Bappa Moria.
Moria, Ganapati Bappa
गणपति बप्पा मोरया मंगलमूर्ति मोरया
गणपति बप्पा मोरया मंगलमूर्ति मोरया
मोरया मोरया गणपति बप्पा मोरया
मोरया मोरया गणपति बप्पा मोरया
मोरया मोरया गणपति बप्पा मोरया 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 गणपति बप्पा मोरया 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 गणपति बप्पा मोरया 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 गणपति बप्पा 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 मोरया। बोलिए श्री गणेश भगवान की। I didn't hear your voice. बोलिए श्री गणेश भगवान की। I now heard your voice. Girish.
विनायका 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 विनायका
विनायका विनायका
विघ्न विनाशक विनायका
विनाशक विनायका
विघ्न विनाशक विनायका
विनाशक विनायका
विनायका विनायका
विनायका विनायका
विघ्न विनाशक विनायका
विनाशक विनायका
विघ्न विनाशक विनायका विघ्न विनाशक विनायका गौरी नंदन हे शिवनंदन गौरी नंदन हे शिवनंदन गौरी नंदन हे शिवनंदन
गौरी नंदन हे शिवनंदन
पार्वती नंदन गजानना
पार्वती नंदन गजानना
पार्वती नंदन गजानना
पार्वती नंदन गजानना
मूषकवाहन गजानना
मूषकवाहन गजानना
मूषकवाहन गजानना
मूषकवाहन गजानना
मोदक हस्त गजानना
मोदक हस्त गजानना
मोदक हस्त गजानना
मोदक हस्त गजानना
विनायका विनायका
विनायका विनायका
विघ्न विनाशक विनायका
विघ्न विनाशक विनायका
गौरी नंदन हे शिवनंदन
गौरी नंदन हे शिवनंदन
गौरी नंदन हे शिवनंदन
गौरी नंदन हे शिवनंदन
पार्वती नंदन गजानना
पार्वती नंदन गजानना
पार्वती नंदन गजानना पार्वती नंदन गजानना मूषकवाहन गजानना
मूषकवाहन गजानना
मूषकवाहन गजानना
मोदकवाहन गजानना
मोडकहस्ता गजानना
मोदक हस्त गजानना
मोदक हस्ता गजानना
मोदक हस्ता गजानना
विनायका विनायका
विनायका विनायका
विनायका विनायका
विनायका विनायका
विघ्न विनाशक विनायका
विघ्न विनाशक विनायका
विनायका हे विनायका
विनायका हे विनायका
विनायका हे विनायका
विनायका हे विनायका
विनायका विनायका
We are going to offer the 108 flowers to Bhagwan Shri Ganesha. Each time I say Namaha, you offer one flower. It's a little fast process. Each name of Shri Ganapati Ji highlights something of greatness of Bhagwan Shri Ganesha. For example, the first name is Om Shri Gajananaya Namaha, the one whose face is like that of an elephant. The next name is Purushaya Namaha, one who is the greatest human being. Not because he seemed to have an elephant-like face, meaning like human beings, we have the human body, but we think worse or we behave worse than animals sometimes. So we are having something like that with individuals. So he's Purushaya, the best amongst human beings. So each time I say Namaha, you offer one flower to Shri Ganesha. The entire audience can join together in saying Namaha also. Om Atha Shri Ganesha Ashtottara Shatanamavali Om Shri Gajananaya Namaha Om Shri Ganadhyakshaya Namaha Om Shri Vignarajaya Namaha Om Shri Vinayakaya Namaha Om Shri Dvaimaturaya Namaha Om Shri Sumukhaya Namaha Om Shri Pramukhaya Namaha Om Shri Sanmukhaya Namaha Om Shri Kritine Namaha Om Shri Jnanadipaya Namaha Om Shri Sukhanidhaye Namaha Om Shri Suradhyakshaya Namaha Om Shri Suraribhide Namaha Om Shri Mahaganapate Namaha Om Shri Manyaya Namaha Om Shri Mahanmanyaya Namaha Om Shri Mrdatmajaya Namaha Om Shri Puranaya Namaha Om Shri Purushaya Namaha Om Shri Pushne Namaha Om Shri Pushkarine Namaha Om Shri Punyakrite Namaha Om Shri Agraganyaya Namaha Om Shri Agrapujyaya Namaha Om Shri Agragamine Namaha Om Shri Mantrakrite Namaha Om Shri Chamikara Prabhaya Namaha Om Shri Sarvasme Namaha Om Shri Sarvopasyaya Namaha Om Shri Sarvakartre Namaha Om Shri Sarvanetre Namaha Om Shri Sarvasiddhi Pradaya Namaha Om Shri Sarvasiddhaya Namaha Om Shri Sarvavandyaya Namaha Om Shri Mahakalaya Namaha Om Shri Mahabalaya Namaha Om Shri Hirambaya Namaha Om Shri Lamba Jathadaya Namaha Om Shri Hrasvagrivaya Namaha Om Shri Mahodaraya Namaha Om Shri Madhutkataya Namaha Om Shri Mahaviraya Namaha Om Shri Mantrini Namaha Om Shri Mangaladaya Namaha Om Shri Pramatharchyaya Namaha Om Shri Prajnaya Namaha Om Shri Pramodaya Namaha Om Shri Modakapriyaya Namaha Om Shri Dhritimate Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Matimate Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Kamarupine Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Kamine Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Kapithapriyaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Brahmacharine Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Brahmarupine Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Brahmavide Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Brahmavanditaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Jishnave Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Vishnupriyaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Bhakta Jivitahaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Jitamanmathaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Aishwaryadaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Guhajyaya Se Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Siddhasevitaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Vignakartre Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Vignahartre Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Vishwanetre Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Viraje Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Swaraje Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Shri Pataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Vakpataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Shrimate Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Shringarine Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Shritvatsalaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Shivapriyaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Shigrakarine Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Shashvataya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Shivanandanaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Balodhataya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Bhaktanidhaye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Bhavagamyaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Bhavatmajaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Mahate Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Mangaladayine Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Maheshaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Mahitaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Satyadharmini Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Sadadharaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Satyaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Satyaprakramaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Shubhangaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Shubhradantaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Shubhadaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Shubhavigrahaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Panchapataknashini Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Parvati Priyanandanaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Vishveshaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Vibhudharadhyapadaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Veervaragragaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Kumara Guruvandyaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Kunjara Surabhanjanaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Vallabha Vallabhaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Varabhayakarambujaaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Sudhakarashahastaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Sudhakara Kaladraya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Panchahastaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Pradhaneshaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Puratanaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Varasiddhivinayakaya Namaha. बोले श्री गणेश भगवान की। पंडित जी
Jai Sitaram, everyone. Sitaram Devotees, Sitaram to our Vyas for tonight. Pandit Shri Ravi Bharati. First of all, I'd like to say a very big thank you to Pandit Ji. Thank you so much for on such short notice for dedicating your time and showing your commitment to Dharma. I would like to extend a thank you very much to his group for joining him and assisting him in all of today's devotion. Devotees, we are gathered here for yet another year of Ganesh Utsav festival activities. We are gathered with devotion, love, commitment in our minds, and most of all, we are here to praise Ganapati Baba on this occasion. I'd like to thank you all once again for all coming out tonight, and bear with us because we do have a small presentation to make. Just like all the other nights, tonight I am entrusted with the task to give a big thank you to two members of our Swasti Vaachanam family on behalf of Sri Satyanand Gosai Pandit. In his absence, he would have given us very straightforward instructions to execute these tasks in his place. So tonight we'd like to take the opportunity to recognize our main Shrotas, the Budai family, for their long-standing commitment and loyalty and dedication towards our family and the Swasti Vaachanam organization. Uncle Boots and Mami, you have been with our organization for over 21 years. Since we have known ourselves, Uncle Boots and Mami, you have attended and assisted Mamu Pandit Sri Satyanand Gosai, attending Ramayan with him. Uncle Boots has a very important role in Mamu's life. Whenever Mamu would attend satsang, Uncle Boots' job was to take that harmonium in and out of the vehicle and place it in the most perfect position and ensure that everything is well set up for Pandit Satyanandji. Mami was always at his side. She stood beside Pandit since inception. Until this day, she is most present in all of the organization's activities and has never stopped being there. She has always been lending a helping hand whenever it is needed. Their commitment to Dharma, loyalty, and friendship to the community and the family, we are now recognizing you for that. You both have always been there for us. May Bhagwan shower his choicest blessings upon you. Despite their age, they continue to stand with our family, and we are eternally grateful for this. Pandit Satyanand Gosai and the members of the Swasti Vaachanam family would like to offer this award to Sri Ramdit and Srimati Rupati Budai to recognize their unwavering support and dedication towards Swasti Vaachanam and our family. Thank you, Uncle Boots and Mami. Now, devotees, in his absence, Pandit Satyanand Gosai has asked that all devotees continue in their worship, in their commitment towards their personal murtis at home, continue in their commitment to our community gathering, our congregational worship. There will be satsang and service as normal here at the home, and we will have duly qualified pandits officiating over the next few nights. Visarjan details will follow, and we do invite each and every one of you all to continue joining us. On Sunday, which is tomorrow, and Monday, from the hours of 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., as usual, we open the doors to our home for personal puja. You are all invited to come, bring along your families and your offerings of prasad, mithai, fruits, doob grass, flowers, and even coconuts to offer to the Mangal Murti. This is our Murti, and we all worship our Murti as a family. You are all welcome tomorrow and Monday to continue in personal worship between the hours of 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. One member of the family, and I believe Pandit, will also be available at different times to assist you. Also, on On this occasion, Uncle Kali from next door, you've always opened your home to us. And in the past few years, you've been even more and more generous to us. Thank you so much. And on today, being your birthday, we want to say a happy, happy birthday from everyone in the Swasti Vaachanam family. Can I ask the group to sing happy birthday? So thank you all for listening. I'll pass back the mic to Panditji, and we go from there. Sitaram.
So we'll do this one on the occasion of Uncle Kali's birthday. तुझे सूरज कह या चंदा, तुझे दीप या तारा, मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन, जग में मेरा नारा।
या चंदा, तुझे दीप कहो या तारा, मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन, जग में मेरा राज दुलारा।
तुझे सूरज कह या चंदा, तुझे दीप कह या तारा, मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन, जग में मेरा राज दुलारा। कब से तरस रहा था, मेरे आंगन में कोई खेले, नन्ही सी हंसी के बदले मेरी सारी दुनिया ले ले। तेरे संग झूल रहा है मेरी बाहों में जग सारा,
मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन, जग में मेरा राज दुलारा।
आज उंगली थाम के तेरे तुझे मैं चलना सिखलाऊं, कल हाथ पकड़ना मेरा जब मैं बूढ़ा हो जाऊं। तू मिला तो मैंने पाया जीने का नया सहारा,
मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन, जग में मेरा राज दुलारा।
मेरे बाद भी इस दुनिया में जिंदा मेरा नाम रहेगा, जो भी तुझको देखेगा तुझे मेरा लाल कहेगा। तेरे रूप में मिल जाएगा मुझको जीवन दोबारा,
मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन, जग में मेरा राज दुलारा।
तुझे सूरज कहो या चंदा, तुझे दीप कहो या तारा, मेरा नाम करेगा तूने मेरा राज दुलारा। While the Havan is still being performed, Ganapati Ji, on the day of Visarjan, where we are going to immerse the Murti from its origin. गणपति बाबा गाँव चले, हाय न मन को चैन पड़ी। गणपति बाबा गाँव चले, हाय न मन को चैन पड़े।
गणपति बाबा गाँव चले, आय न मन को चैन पड़े।
गणपति बाबा गाँव चले, हाय न मन को चैन पड़े।
गणपति बाबा गाँव चले, आय न मन को चैन पड़े।
मंडप है जिड़े जिड़े, आय न मन को चैन पड़े। आय न मन को चैन पड़े।
गणपति बाबा गाँव चले, आय न मन को चैन पड़े।
भीड़ भरी है गली गली, झूम की टोलियां हैं निकली। सब सागर की ओर बढ़े, आए न मन को चैन पड़े। भीड़ भरी है गली गली, झूम की टोलियां हैं निकली। सब सागर की ओर बढ़े, आए न मन को चैन पड़े। गणपति बाबा गाँव चले, आए न मन को चैन पड़े।
बाबा गाँव चले,
यथाशक्ति की है सेवा, भूल चूक भूलो देवा। मन से दयालु तुम हो बड़े, आए न मन को चैन पड़े। यथाशक्ति की है सेवा, भूल चूक भूलो देवा। मन से दयालु तुम हो बड़े, आए न मन को चैन पड़े। गणपति बाबा गाँव चले, आए न मन को चैन पड़े।
गणपति बाबा गाँव चले, आय न मन को चैन पड़े।
गणपति बाबा गाँव चले, आए न मन को चैन पड़े।
गणपति बाबा गाँव चले, आय न मन को चैन पड़े।
आई घड़ी विसर्जन की, हो रह गीली अखियन की। देखे तट से दूर खड़े, आए न मन को चैन पड़े। आई घड़ी विसर्जन की, हो रह गीली अखियन की। देखे तट से दूर खड़े, आए न मन को चैन पड़े। गणपति बाबा गाँव चले, आए न मन को चैन पड़े।
गणपति बाबा गाँव चले, आय न मन को चैन पड़े।
गणपति बाबा गाँव चले, आए न मन को चैन पड़े।
गणपति बाबा गाँव चले, आय न मन को चैन पड़े।
मंडप है उजड़े उजड़े, आए न मन को चैन पड़े। आए न मन को चैन पड़े। गणपति बाबा गाँव चले, आए न मन को चैन पड़े। गणपति बाबा गाँव चले, आए न मन को चैन पड़े। गणपति बाबा गाँव चले, आए न मन को चैन पड़े। गणपति बाबा गाँव चले, आए न मन को चैन पड़े। I would like to express my gratitude to the entire family for allowing me to come and join tonight in devotion, also to Paniji, who is not in best of health, but we wish him the spirits of recovery on the occasion of Ganapati Utsav. And to all you lovely devotees who have joined together, we'd like to express our gratitude to you all for joining. To all the musicians, I want you all to put your hands together for all the musicians on stage. They are some of the greatest musicians. You know, Nara and I go back a long way. Nara, some decades ago, we all go back a long way. We all grew up together in the community. And Rishi, your father, and I were very close, Kapil and I. I was in the orchestra probably 45 years ago. Yes, but I walked away from such public life and entered a different public forum. And to Ravi also, thank you all very much. Nancy, thank you for bringing Ravi for me. And thank you all very much. Aarti? Yes. कृपया खड़े हो जाइए आरती के लिए. Let's all stand for आरती. प्रेम सहित, भक्ति सहित और श्रद्धा सहित.
भक्त्या दीपं प्रयच्छामि देवाय परमात्मने त्राहि मां निरयाघोरात् दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा
माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा.
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा.
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा.
दयावंत चार भुजाधारी एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी माथे पर तिलक सोहे मूष की सवारी.
माथे पर तिलक सोहे मूष की सवारी.
जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा.
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा.
फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा.
पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा.
पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा.
पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा.
लघुमन का भोग लगे संत करे सेवा.
लघुमन का भोग लगे संत करे सेवा.
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा.
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा.
अंधे को आंख देत घोड़ियन को काया.
अंधे को आंख देख घोड़ियन को काया.
भांजन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया.
भांजन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया.
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा.
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा.
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा.
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय
गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा.
सूर श्याम शरण आए सफल कीज सेवा.
सूर श्याम शरण आए सफल कीज सेवा.
सूर श्याम शरणाए सफल की जय सेवा,
सूर्य शाम शरणाए सफल की जय सेवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा,
माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। Let us all close our eyes together, clasping our hands together, envisioning that form of Shri Ganesh Bhagavan, that auspicious form. Hey Prabhu, bless us. Grant us traveling mercies as we go on our way home, hey Prabhu. O Lord, whatever we have learned, allow us to remember and practice. If we have made any mistakes, hey Prabhu, please forgive us. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah.
May all be happy.
Sarve santu niramaya.
May all be free from diseases.
Sarve bhadrani pashyantu.
May we all come to perceive that it is auspicious.
Ma kaschit dukha bhave.
May there be no hatred amongst us all.
All of us together. Asatoma sadgamaya.
From untruth, lead us to the path of truth.
Tamasoma jyotirgamaya.
From the path of darkness of ignorance, lead us to the path of light of wisdom.
Mrityurma amritam gamaya.
From death, lead us on to immortality.
गणपति की सेवा मंगल मेवा, सेवा से सब विघ्न टले। तीन लोक के सकल देवता, द्वार खड़े निज हर्ज करे। मंत्रहीनम क्रियाहीनम भक्तिहीनं जनार्दन, यत्पूजितं मया देव परिपूर्णं तरस्तु मे. With all our love together. त्वमेव माता,
You are our mother.
च पिता त्वमेव,
You are our father.
त्वमेव बन्धुः,
You are our relative.
च सखा त्वमेव,
You are our friend.
त्वमेव विद्या,
You are our knowledge.
द्रविणं त्वमेव,
You are our wealth.
त्वमेव सर्वं
All in all.
मम देव देव.
You are my Deva.
त्वमेव सर्वं
All in all.
मम देव देव.
You are my Deva.
ॐ शान्ति शान्तिः शान्तिः. हरिः ॐ. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ॐ. बोलिए गणपति गणेश भगवान की, अयोध्यापति रामचंद्र की, आदि शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की, श्री शिव शंकर भगवान की, श्री गणपति गणेश भगवान की, सिद्धि विनायक स्वामी की, श्री गुरुदेव महाराज की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की, गणपति बाप्पा, गणपति बाप्पा, मंगल मूर्ति, मंगल मूर्ति। जय सीताराम एवरीवन।
अपने आसन पर बैठ जाइए। प्लीज बी सीटेड।
All my dear devotees, once again, bhojan has been prepared for everyone. Whenever you receive food, you always ask God to bless that food before you partake of it. And say, thank you, Lord, for that meal. Bow your eyes in prayer. Om Manapate Anasyano Deyanamiva Shushmana Prapradatarang Tarishe Urjano Dehi Dvipade Chatushpade. O Almighty One, Lord of food, we partake of this meal by thy grace. May we use only those foods that are health given, free from disease, beyond nourishing. May this food help us to overcome our difficulties, and may all bipeds and quadrupeds derive benefit therefrom. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om.
Once again, friends, thank you all very much for joining this evening and for the rest of the next few days. One invitation on the 30th of this month at Little Store by Vashti and them. We'll be doing the Gita Parayana, the entire chanting of the entire Gita, 701 verses from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on the 30th of September at Rapsi Street in Curragh. Thank you all very much.
प्रथम नमो गिरिजासुत गणपति, प्रथम नमो गिरिजासुत गणपति। प्रातः समय उठ कर मैं ध्याऊं, प्रातः समय उठ कर मैं ध्याऊं, सुमिरत नाम तिहारो तिहारो। प्रथम नमो गिरिजासुत गणपति, प्रथम नमो गिरिजासुत गणपति। गज कर्ण कहावे, एक दंत गज कर्ण कहावे। रिद्धि सिद्धि के दाता होए, रिद्धि सिद्धि के दाता होए। वंदन तुझको हे परमेश्वर, वंदन तुझको हे परमेश्वर। पूर्ण काम हमारो हमारो। प्रथम नमो गिरिजासुत गणपति, प्रथम नमो गिरिजासुत गणपति। प्रथम नमो गिरिजासुत गणपति,
प्रथम नमो गिरिजा
पहले पूजा सब देवन में पहले पूजा महादेव भी आए दूजा महादेव भी आए दूजा वंदन लंबोदर हाथ में मोदक लंबोदर हाथ में मोदक मूषक पर पधारो पधारो प्रथम नमो गिरिजासुत गणपति प्रथम नमो गिरिजासुत गणपति रात समय उठ कर मैं ध्याऊं रात समय उठ कर मैं ध्याऊं सुमिरत नाम तिहारो तिहारो प्रथम नमो गिरिजासुत गणपति प्रथम नमो गिरिजासुत गणपति जय गणेश देवा अष्टविनायक भव सुख देवा जय गणेश देवा अष्टविनायक भव सुख देवा जय गणेश देवा अष्टविनायक भव सुख देवा
जय गणेश देवा अष्टविनायक भव सुख देवा
जय गणेश देवा अष्टविनायक भव सुख देवा
जय गणेश देवा अष्टविनायक भव सुखदायक
जय गणेश देवा अष्टविनायक भव सुख देवा
जय गणेश देवा अष्टविनायक भव सुख देवा
जय गणेश देवा अष्टविनायक भव सुख देवा
जय गणेश
जय गणेश
देवा अष्टविनायक भव सुख देवा
देवा अष्टविनायक भव सुख देवा
जय गणेश देवा अष्टविनायक भव सुख देवा गौरी गणेश उमा महेश पार्वती नंदन सिद्धि गणेश गौरी गणेश उमा महेश पार्वती नंदन सिद्धि गणेश गौरी गणेश उमा महेश पार्वती नंदन सिद्धि गणेश गौरी गणेश उमा महेश पार्वती नंदन सिद्धि गणेश
गौरी गणेश
शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश
शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश
शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश
शरणं गणेश
शिवानंदन गणपति गणेश
शिवानंदन गणपति गणेश
शिवानंदन गणपति गणेश
शिवानंदन गणपति गणेश
गौरी गणेश उमा महेश पार्वती नंदन सिद्धि गणेश
गौरी गणेश पार्वती नंदन सिद्धि गणेश
गौरी गणेश उमा महेश पार्वती नंदन सिद्धि गणेश
गौरी गणेश पार्वती नंदन श्री गणेश
शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश
शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश
शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश
शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश
शिवानंदन गणपति गणेश
शिवानंदन गणपति गणेश
शिवनंदन गणपति गणेश,
शिवनंदन गणपति गणेश,
गौरी गणेश उमा महेश, पार्वती नंदन सिद्धि गणेश,
गौरी गणेश उमा महेश, पार्वती नंदन श्री गणेश,
गौरी गणेश उमा महेश, पार्वती नंदन सिद्धि गणेश,
गौरी गणेश उमा महेश, पार्वती नंदन श्री गणेश,
शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश,
शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश,
शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश,
शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश,
शिवानंदन गणपति गणेश,
शिवानंदन गणपति गणेश,
शिवानंदन गणपति गणेश,
शिवानंदन गणपति गणेश,
गौरी गणेश उमा महेश, पार्वती नंदन सिद्धि गणेश,
गौरी गणेश उमा महेश, पार्वती नंदन श्री गणेश,
गौरी गणेश उमा महेश, पार्वती नंदन सिद्धि गणेश,
गौरी गणेश उमा महेश, पार्वती नंदन श्री गणेश,
जय 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 गणपति देवा,
जय 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 गणपति देवा,
जय 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 गणपति देवा,
जय 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 गणपति देवा,
कृपा करो कृपा करो करो कृपा
करो
कृपा करो हे कृपा करो,
कृपा करो हे कृपा करो,
कृपा करो हे गणपति देवा,
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 जय 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 गणपति देवा,
कृपा करो कृपा करो
कृपा करो कृपा करो,
कृपा करो हे कृपा करो,
कृपा करो कृपा करो,
कृपा करो हे गणपति देवा,
कृपा करो हे गणपति देवा,
कृपा करो हे गणपति देवा,
कृपा करो हे
जय 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 गणपति देवा,
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 कृपा करो हे कृपा करो,
कृपा करो कृपा करो,
कृपा करो हे कृपा करो,
कृपा करो कृपा करो,
कृपा करो हे गणपति देवा,
कृपा करो हे गणपति देवा,
कृपा करो हे गणपति देवा,
कृपा करो हे गणपति,
गणनाथा गजवदना, गणनाथा दीनवदना,
गणनाथा गजवदना, गणनाथा दीनवदना,
गणनाथा गजवदना, गणनाथा दीनवदना,
गणनाथा गजवदना, गणनाथा निरवदना,
सिद्धिदाता शिवतनया,
सिद्धिदाता शिवतनया,
सिद्धिदाता शिवतनया,
सिद्धिदाता शिवतनया,
सिद्धि प्रदायक गजानना,
बुद्धि प्रदायक गजानना,
सिद्धि प्रदायक गजानना,
सिद्धि प्रदायक गजानना,
पार्वती शंकर भव भय भंजन,
पार्वती नंदन भव भय भंजन,
पार्वती नंदन भव भय भंजन,
पार्वती नंदन भव भय भंजन,
युग युग वंदन जय श्री गणेश,
युग युग वंदित जय श्री गणेश,
युग युग वंदन जय श्री गणेश,
युग युग वंदित जय श्री गणेश,
गणनाथा गजवदना, गणनाथा दीनबंधु,
गणनाथा गजवदना, गणनाथा निरवदना,
गणनाथा गजवदना, गणनाथा दीनवदना,
गणनाथा गजवदना, गणनाथा निरवदना,
सिद्धिदाता शिवतनया
सिद्धिदाता शिवतनया
सिद्धिदाता शिवतनया
सिद्धिदाता शिवतनया
सिद्धिप्रदायक गजानना सिद्धिप्रदायक गजानना प्रदायक गजानना पार्वती शंकर भव भय भंजन पार्वती शंकर भव भय भंजन युग युग वंदन जय श्री गणेश युग युग वंदन जय श्री गणेश गणनाथा गजवदना गणनाथा दीनवदना गणनाथा
गजवदना गणनाथा वीरवंदना
गणनाथा गजवदना गणनाथा दीनवदना
गणनाथा गजवदना गणनाथा वीरवंदना
सिद्धिदाता शिवतनया
सिद्धिदाता शिवतनया
सिद्धिदाता शिवतनया
सिद्धिदाता शिवतनया
सिद्धिप्रदायक गजानना
बुद्धिप्रदायक गजानना
पार्वती नंदन भव भय भंजन
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 युग युग वंदन जय श्री गणेश
युग युग वंदित जय श्री गणेश
युग युग वंदन जय श्री गणेश
युग युग वंदित जय श्री गणेश
गणनाथा गजवदना गणनाथा दीनवदना
गणनाथा गजवदना गणनाथा वीरवंदना
गणनाथा गजवदना गणनाथा दीनवदना
गणनाथा गजवदना गणनाथा वीरवंदना
मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे 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 गजानन स्वामी की
Testing. Hey मालिक तेरे बंदे हम, ऐसे हो हमारे कदम, नेकी पर चले और बरी से टले, ताकि हंसते हुए निकले दम। Hey मालिक है तेरे रोशनी में जो गम, तू अमावस को कर दे पूनम। मेहंदी पर चले और गली से गले, ताकि हंसते हुए निकले दम। हे मालिक तेरे बंदे हम, जब सुनो का हो सामना, तब तू ही हमें कामना। वो बुराई करे हम बड़ाई भरे, नहीं बदलेगी वो कामना। बरूदे प्यार का हर कदम, और मीठे बैर का ये भरम। मीठी पर चले और गली से डरे, ताकि हंसते हुए निकले दम। हे मालिक तेरे बंदे हम। मोर बोले चकोर बोले, आज राधा के लीलों में शाम डोले। मोर बोले चकोर बोले, आज राधा के लीलों में शाम डोले। मोर बोले चकोर बोले, आज राधा के लीलों में शाम डोले। मोर बोले चकोर बोले, शाम मेरी पीकी पीकी अखियों का गजरा, वही मेरी सुनी सुनी गलियों का गजरा। शाम मेरी पीकी पीकी अखियों का गजरा, वही मेरी सुनी सुनी गलियों का गजरा। मेरे जीवन में सखी पुकार बोले, मोर बोले चकोर बोले, आज राधा के लीलों में शाम डोले। मोर बोले चकोर बोले, दूर से कन्हैया ने मुझको पुकारा, मुरली की धुन में किया है इशारा। दूर से कन्हैया ने मुझको पुकारा, मुरली की धुन में किया है इशारा। मेरे सपनों की मीरा की धार बोले, मोर बोले चकोर बोले, आज राधा के लीलों में शाम डोले। मोर बोले चकोर बोले, लगन रंग आए, प्यार का संदेशा भी संग संग आए। मेरे बगिया में चमचम कहार ढोले, मोर बोले चकोर बोले, आज राधा के नैनों में शाम ढोले। मोर बोले चकोर बोले, आज राधा के नैनों में शाम ढोले। मोर बोले चकोर बोले।
श्री गणेश जी आए, श्री गणेश जी आए।
ॐ गं गणपते नमः। ॐ गं गणपते नमः। श्री गणेशाय देवा बाप्पा मोरया, नमो नमो विनायका बाप्पा मोरया। श्री गणेशाय देवा बाप्पा मोरया, नमो नमो विनायका बाप्पा मोरया। मैं हाथ जोड़ आया, विनती हूँ करने आया, मेरे द्वार आओ देवा बाप्पा मोरया। दर्शन मिले तुम्हारा, बन जाए भाग्य मेरा, मेरे द्वार आओ देवा बाप्पा मोरया। श्री गणेशाय देवा बाप्पा मोरया, नमो नमो विनायका बाप्पा मोरया। श्री गणेशाय देवा बाप्पा मोरया, नमो नमो विनायका बाप्पा मोरया। मेरे मन की बातें सारी है तुम्हें पता, मुझ पे यूं ही रखना देवा तुम्हारी कृपा। इतना ही मांगू सबका अच्छा करना, इतना ही मांगू सबका अच्छा करना। दिल से करूं मैं बंधन, स्वीकारो मेरी सेवा, मेरे द्वार आओ देवा बाप्पा मोरया। दर्शन मिले तुम्हारा, बन जाए भाग्य मेरा, मेरे द्वार आओ देवा बाप्पा मोरया। श्री गणेशाय देवा बाप्पा मोरया, नमो नमो विनायका बाप्पा मोरया। श्री गणेशाय देवा बाप्पा मोरया, नमो नमो विनायका बाप्पा मोरया। गणेशाय देवा बाप्पा मोरया, नमो नमो विनायका बाप्पा मोरया। श्री गणेशाय देवा बाप्पा मोरया, नमो नमो विनायका बाप्पा मोरया। मैं हाथ जोड़ आया, विनती हूँ करने आया, मेरे द्वार आओ देवा बाप्पा मोरया। दर्शन मिले तुम्हारा, बन जाए भाग्य मेरा, मेरे द्वार आओ देवा बाप्पा मोरया। श्री गणेशाय देवा बाप्पा मोरया, नमो नमो विनायका बाप्पा मोरया। श्री गणेशाय देवा बाप्पा मोरया, नमो नमो विनायका बाप्पा मोरया। मेरे मन की बातें
यूं ही रखना देवा तुम्हारी कृपा, इतना ही मांगू सबका अच्छा करना, इतना ही मांगू सबका अच्छा करना। दिल से करूं मैं बंधन, स्वीकारो मेरी सेवा, मेरे द्वार आओ देवा बप्पा मोरया। दर्शन मिले तुम्हारा, बन जाए भाग्य मेरा, मेरे द्वार आओ देवा बप्पा मोरया। श्री गणेशाय देवा बप्पा मोरया, नमो नमो विनायका बप्पा मोरया। श्री गणेशाय देवा बप्पा मोरया, नमो नमो विनायका बप्पा मोरया। श्री गणेशाय देवा बप्पा मोरया, नमो नमो